He has Ashes winning bloodlines and an attitude to match. But Stuart Broad knows the urn cannot be inherited.
We know as an England team that our aim is to become the best team in the world. That's our objective, and that can only happen by winning big series and winning against big teams.
Beautifully timed, and on that occasion Broad gets the placement.
Australia probably deserved Stuart Broad, given his family history.
Forwards wide, he should into the gap, it's his 100. It's his second 100 in consecutive Test matches.
You could call it a lifetime, since Chris Broad scored 3 centuries in as many Tests in Australia to help England to its last series win here. In that year, his son Stuart was born.
I mean, 24 years is a long time since England have won an Ashes series in Australia, and looking at that, we've also not really threatened in a Test match that means anything.
A growth spurt at 16 prompted Stuart to start bowling. 18 months later, he was in England's under-19 side, and not long after that, playing one-day internationals, free of any father-son comparisons.
I was very fortunate in the fact my bowling took over, so I didn't have the comparisons of all my stats and techniques and stuff going through, because my old man bowled a little bit of filthy medium pace, but nothing that I'd like to be compared to myself. But it's been nice in the fact that I've been known as a bowler who can bat a little bit, rather than going into the game as an opening batsman and being compared like for like exactly.
His father has been a big influence, but maybe his idol is a bigger worry for Australia.
Goes bowling, clean bowled him, and back.
Stuart channels the man who gave England Ashes pain.
Just the way he went about things, I loved his competitive spirit. Obviously his skill and talent was there for everyone to see, but he never gave in, and he was always at the batsman, and as a youngster I loved watching that.
That's close, very close, yes, gone!
Last year's series was level and Australia in good shape before Broad's bag in the final Test.
I think it was 4 for 8 and not too many balls, and it just built pressure throughout that, and I think we ended up getting about 119 for 6.
Bowled in, dragged on, big wicket!
Those 5 first innings wickets set up the match. From a total of 160, Australia couldn't recover.
It was a great Test match in the way it toed and froed, and to come out on top was a very special occasion, and something that the players will never forget.
I mean, Stuart Broad's got great capabilities with the ball. He can swing it, he can hit the deck hard. He challenges batsmen because they're never sure what's coming their way. And he's got a bit of a golden arm as well. He can kind of take wickets with less good balls in a way. He's a sort of guy that can make something happen in a cricket match, and there are not many of those around.
His previous life as a batsman is an enormous asset for Broad's team, even if he began this series with a duck. Against Pakistan at Lord's, Stuart's 169 didn't look the knock of a tail-ender.
The pleasing thing for me is that it wasn't just a bit of a slog. I actually managed to face 300 balls and play like I want to, play in sort of a batsman's role.
50, Stuart Broad.
My aim is to try and average 30 in Test match cricket. I think that would be a really good number 8's role, and hopefully contribute in ways when the team are in trouble, be able to go and get a useful 60, 70 and maybe take that further.
Mentored, talented and a key part of why England holds the Ashes, Stuart Broad will try to go a different path to the same result his father pulled off exactly a lifetime ago.
I like to make my presence felt. I'm naturally competitive, and that's why I thoroughly love playing against the Australians, because sport's played in the right way. It's a hard fight out there. You're in a battle. There's a bit of needle. Obviously, you're playing for your country. There's a lot of honour out there, but at the end of the day, the Aussie boys are sound lads, and you can just get on with it. But it's important to know you're playing for your country, and there's going to be a lot of pride out there.